Hello everybody, Storm here. Welcome back to Kerbal Space program. In the last episode, we worked on designing a couple of modifications that we need to make on our landers for Eve to get them to work and re-enter the atmosphere properly. One basically amounts to a giant spar and fins for the traditional lander, as I'm calling it. And the other one is basically a giant heat shield for the aircraft lander. Just aircraft that it's going to need to hopefully survive re-entry. And as you can see, I've gone ahead and taken care of getting this over where it needs to be, because there is the Arbalest. Also, I took care of getting a couple of other vehicles through their maneuvers. The Ballista is actually back home in Kerbal orbit now. And the nuclear Pulse vehicle is also on its transfer orbit heading back to Kerbal. So that should be there relatively soon, actually, considering the amount of time that it took to get everybody where they needed to be. But everybody's where they need to be. Now, one thing you might also notice is that this looks a little bit different. I had to launch a second version because I needed to make some adjustments. This thing just didn't have enough fuel. And so I put a bigger tank and a different engine setup on there. And also I needed to add some drogue chutes to the fins here. So that should hopefully help a little bit, because I plan to use those. So one thing I like to do is orient it towards the target. That would be a good idea. So we now have some work to do here to get this where it needs to be. And we're going to do this. Did I put an RCS tank on here? I did, in fact, put an RCS tank on there. Okay, so I think first things first is we need to swap over here. Oh, I need to transmit some science, get that going. The thing is drifting further and further away. Let's get this transmitted. Okay. Just about done. There we are. Okay. Now, I need to get my scientist transferred back over there. And let's go ahead and undock this thing, because we need this free. Actually, you're pointed towards the target. Yep, you're pointed toward the target. Let's give you... nullify out some of that velocity. Okay, good. This is going to be a complicated operation here. Let's push this away. Orient toward the target. Okay. Starting to move together. I want to keep it. Relatively close. Okay, that's good. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and nudge this backwards a little bit. Okay. Actually, slow this down. Slow you down. All right. Let's go ahead. And decouple that stack decoupler. Oh, that's weird. Oh, that's going to be slightly goofy for a little bit, but that's all right, actually. All right. I need to get within 200 meters in order for the auto docker to work. All right, we need to basically control this vehicle from here. I didn't think it was going to take the fairing with it, but hey. I guess it works. Okay, so that should be the docking port. All right, force roll to 0, autopilot enabled. And it's now going to do its thing. This is primarily just a time-saving thing. The thing that's really going to take a ton of time is this. Is that heat shield. We're going to have to do all of that by hand. We got things actually lined up pretty well. How long to dock? Oh, 100 meters. Oh yeah, the distance to dock is different from the distance to there because we're looking at the distance between the centers of mass. And the center of mass of this thing is right there, and you know the docking port is significantly further, significantly closer. I don't know what that is. If that's anything. You might not even be able to see it. Depends on how this thing renders out. A little tiny green dot there. So make sure that everybody's still fairly close together. Yep. Oh, I think I see what's happening. I have one of my overlays on. I'll have to turn that off. But we'll let this thing dock first. There's these little purple dots here. Those are aerodynamic vector indicators for different forces. It's drifting off a little bit. It's staying pretty good. We should have lots of monopropellant on here. Oh yeah, plenty. Come on, stay centered. Alright, looks like we're gonna dock. Alright, and captured. Alright, turn those RCS off, please. Thank you. Alright, now. I'm not going to worry about doing the fuel balancing or anything like that, because what I want you to do is actually get out of the way. Alright. I should be moving out of the way. Okay. Turned off the aerodynamic forces overlay. Okay. Now, you are 300 some odd meters away from where you need to be. Okay. Orient yourself toward the target. Okay, and we're gonna need to then jettison this. Stabilize. Oh no. Are we clear? Looks like that may have impacted, but it's okay. It's all right. Where are we controlling from, by the way? We're probably controlling from here. Okay. Set that as your target. Orient toward the target, please. RCS is on. And why do I not have any RCS control? Why do I not have any RCS control? I can orient, but I have no RCS. Oh, lovely. Okay. Well, no idea why that's the case. Arm that. Enable magnet. Enable targeting. Enable targeting. Okay. We're going to do this the other way around then. Say enable magnet. Do I want to enable the magnet? Not necessarily. Okay. All right then. We are getting further and further away. So, do I have a pilot on board here? I don't. All right then, let's get a pilot. Who's a pilot? Kerwell. Transfer crew, Kerwell. Get over there. Done. All right. And then EU, undock. Undock. RCS on. Let's control from here for just a second. Let's get clear of the solar panels, and then at least we'll just get clear here. We're gonna have to be judicious with the monoprop. No, actually, we've got lots of monoprop on this thing. All right, now let's control from here. Orient toward the target. We've got a lot of velocity, literal velocity to cancel out here. Let's close at 2 meters per second. All right, I want to keep that up so I can keep an eye on my monopropellant stores. I believe I actually do have supplies on here. Or do I not have supplies on here? I might not. That's okay. I have a plan in that regard. We're just gonna accelerate here a little bit. Get us nice and close. All right, let's start slowing down. Start slowing down. 1 meter per second. Let's... Well, that's interesting. Because the electric motors are in neutral. They just spin freely. All right, we're gonna close the docking bay. All right, we're actually lined up pretty well, but not exactly right. We want to get a lot closer than this. All right. Now we actually want to start moving this direction and slowing down. Let's get that down to about a 0.5 meter per second. Relative velocity. Now, the target orientation should keep the nose pointed where we need it to be. Then it's just a matter of making sure that it's lined up correctly, horizontally and vertically, to hit right where it needs to hit. Let's see, 45 meters. Of course, we're going to be doing this in the dark. All right. I should have definitely put some forward-facing lights on this thing. Oh, well. Something I always forget to do. Slow us down, slow us down. Come straight in. Wait a little bit. I'll make sure that we get as square as possible. Right on the nose. Come on. How are you looking? Not quite. Right about. How are we doing vertically? We're great vertically. I think we're on target. Well, let's make it happen, and then we'll see where we're at. Because I needed some like really, really fine controls here. Come on, come on. Yep. Stay with it. And we are latched. Oh, that's gorgeous. If I do say so myself. I mean, it's not perfect, but it doesn't have to be. It is dang near close enough. All right. Whew. Okay. You know, we're don't want to worry about docking up with the ballista. I don't think so. Okay, then. Never mind that. And the RCS off. Okay. Now. I think the first thing we want to do is we want to get the traditional, quote-unquote, traditional lander landed first. And it's now too far away for us to actually see where it is. Okay, so this is... I think that is the one. Wow, those fins are a little warm. But the temperatures are dropping. All right, good. Good. Okay. Now that we're on the dark side, we actually... All right, we want to set to orbit. We want to orbit or point retrograde. Oh, another thing I need to do here is the fuel balancing. I need to move oxidizer into that one. Fill that back up. There we go. RCS. Which tank is that? Yeah, that one in. There we go. No, we're actually not quite done with this yet. Let's get a bit of a look-see of what we've got on our hands. A lot of liquid. I don't want to land it. Now, did I edit the action groups here? Yes, okay. Okay. I don't want to fire up those engines just yet. Where are the drogues? No, those are the ones I do not want to fire. Okay. There's the drogues. So the drogues are going to be the first one I want to fire. We're going to be manually dumping those. All right. Let's activate the engines. We're going to need the engines active. Well, this is going to be a little silly, but it's what we're going to have to do. We're going to burn through our heat shield. All right. I want to bring our periapsis down to about the top of the atmosphere. So about 75, I think. Maybe 70. Hello? Why are we not getting any thrust? What is not working here? Fuel flow. Okay, this is a new problem. We are spewing oxidizer, but we're not getting any thrust. Are the engines too cold? is idle. Air cooling off. Temperatures. Do I need to... Thermal power, waste heat. I think that the thing needs to be hot. Thing is, I don't think I have the ability to turn these radiators off. Disable crossfeed. Well, this is a bit of an issue. Well, the only other option is monopropellant. Well, let me give this a try, and, you know, if it works, I'll be back. So we'll go ahead and pause here. Okay. There we are. We're down to just under 70 kilometers of periapsis. Alright. And I burned up a lot of the monopropellant. A lot of it. And I hope I'm going to have enough to redock. If I don't, that's going to be fun. I'll have to use the actual arbalest itself. But, you know, we'll cross that bridge if we come to it. Alright, let's go ahead and get rid of this thing. No longer needed. Let's go ahead and retract those solar panels, please. Oh, stop. Turn that off. Okay. And now we have basically turned our lander into the world's largest lawn dart. And hopefully we're not gonna, you know, impact. Alright. So, next bit of business is to deploy those. I don't want that doing anything right now. Okay. Get rid of that, whatever that is. Okay. Let's switch methods here, and I'm just gonna have to hope that we don't hit the water. Alright. And we're probably gonna come down over the dark side of the planet, because it just took so long to do that. Alright, well, let's get us where we need to be. Electric charge is going to be all right. Especially if we fire up those engines. They have alternators on them, I do believe. Alright, let's get to the upper atmosphere. Alright, let's see if this does what it should. Engine temps are still not where they need to be. Alright. We just need to get the velocity down. Here we go. Actually gonna turn off the stability assist. I shouldn't actually need it. Looks like we're coming down over a large landmass. At least I hope that's a landmass. Alright, we're starting to brake pretty well. So far, so good. Alright, come on, man. We need to slow down. We're coming in at a fairly shallow angle, so Apoaps's height is now below the top of the atmosphere, so we are going to come down. Apoaps's height is now negative. Actually, I think that is a landmass. If we could come down over that landmass, that would be great. We really need to... Oh, yeah, we're starting to get some G-forces here. Oh, we're starting to see some decent heat on that heat shield. We're starting to get some real braking now. G-forces are climbing. Velocity is dropping. G-forces are starting to drop. Alright, good. We almost hit the red area there. Alright, and we are through it. The engines are starting to see some intake atmosphere. Drogues. Drogues out. This is all just going to be seat of the pants flying here. Alright, I want to know how close we are to the surface. 30 kilometers. I really shouldn't need this anymore. Alright. So... ...20 kilometers. Let's go ahead and undock this. There she goes. Alright, now I actually want this to flip around if at all possible. Engines. My engines aren't doing what they're supposed to do. We're nice and stable now. Probably because we're not moving very fast. And those forces are not very strong, so... Alright, we are... point where we can deploy parachutes. Parachutes out. Yep, I think we are over land. Now what kind of land? I don't know. Biome says highlands. Oh boy. At least it doesn't say mountains. Highlands can be okay, as long as it's relatively flat. Alright, 3 kilometers above the surface. As soon as those parachutes deploy and we slow down, we're gonna jettison the heat shield. Hopefully that's not gonna cause us a problem. Now we're getting some thrust. Okay, good. Turn off the thrust. Thrust off. And we are down on the surface. Shut the engines down. Oh, actually, no. I just had to switch over to oxidizer, and then we can shut the engines off. Okay. Let's get those solar panels deployed. How's electric charge? Electric charge's alright. Ooh. Oh boy. Okay. Now, the next step is to get the plane to land and land in relatively the same area. Now, I think what we're going to do is we're going to end this episode here today, and we'll get the plane down next episode. Yes, we'll do that. And see if this contraption does what I need to do. We'll see. Alright, so with that, we'll stop here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment. And I will see you next time.